In the first frames we see a tree with tomatoes growing. People are riding on a train and suddenly there is some kind of explosion. People look at the explosion in surprise. Some kind of monster is visible at the site of the explosion. The monster is preparing to attack the city again using his superpower. A monster attacks the city, and the defense headquarters decides which hero to send there. The man says that the threat level needs to be increased, since 2 heroes have already been killed. Another man announces to the news that the damage from the monster is simply colossal. Afterwards we are introduced to our main character named Saitama. Next we see a girl calling for her mom and dad, and a blue monster approaches her. The blue monster tries to grab the crying girl, but Saitama manages to save her. Saitama smiles and tells the blue monster that he is just an ordinary hero. The blue monster says that he was created because of the pollution that people make. In his opinion, people are a virus, and its goal is to destroy all of humanity. The blue monster also says that an ordinary hero will never be able to cope with him. However, Saitama only lands one punch and sends the monster flying far into the sky. Saitama is unhappy that the fight ended so quickly. We are transported back 3 years. Still with hair on his head, Saitama stands in front of a crab-like monster. The monster says he ate too many crabs and turned into the Crabinator. Crabinator is surprised that Saitama doesn't run away. Saitama says that he was looking for a job. However, today he was rejected at the interview and he no longer cares about his life. Saitama has no desire to even run away from him, and he wonders if he will kill him. Crabinator replies that he will not kill, because he likes the look on Saitama's face. Crabinator also says that he didn't come for Saitama, but for the Eggbeard guy. Afterwards, we are shown the same Eggbeard guy that Saitama meets. Saitama asks what he did to the crab. The guy replies that he drew nipples on him. Saitama thinks that the Eggbeard guy doesn't even suspect what he did. After Saitama decides to leave since it's none of his business, Crabinator comes. Crabinator attacks Eggbeard man, but Saitama manages to save him. Saitama tells the guy to run away quickly. Crabinator crushes the guy's ball. Saitama tries to explain to Crabinator that it's not worth killing someone for something like that. The Crabinator replies that he has already killed a couple of people because they laughed at him. Crabinator says he will not spare Saitama, he will also kill him if he gets in his way. Saitama raises his head and starts laughing loudly at Crabinator. Saitama tells him that he looks like an anime villain. Crabinator punches him. Crabinator prepares to attack the boy, but Saitama throws a rock at his face. Saitama says that the country is experiencing a demographic decline. There is no need to kill the child. Saitama also mentions that he always wanted to become a hero and challenges the monster. Crabinator strikes Saitama again, saying that he doesn't have a single chance. Saitama uses his tie to wrap it around Crabinator's eye and rips it out. The Eggbeard guy looks at all this in surprise. Saitama stands and breathes heavily. Saitama remembers this moment and is surprised that 3 years have passed since then. After brutal training, Saitama went bald, but in return he gained invincible strength. However, Saitama is not at all happy about this and feels some kind of emptiness in his soul. Suddenly, a loud noise is heard near the store where Saitama is. The roof of the store is blown off and Saitama goes out to see what happened. We see another monster walking through the city and a man sitting on his shoulder. These are 2 brothers who experimented with vaccines to become stronger. The younger brother always wanted to become the strongest in the world, and he trained hard. His older brother helped him with this by making a vaccine called King of Biceps. The younger brother, without thinking twice, drinks it and begins to increase in size. We will now rule the entire planet like kings, says the elder brother. The younger brother, a giant monster, walks through the city and destroys everything in his path. The older brother praises the younger brother for such destruction and suggests that they move on. Then they announce an emergency evacuation, saying that a giant creature has appeared. It is heading towards City B. All residents are advised to leave the area. The older brother tells him to keep up the good work, and Saitama climbs onto the monster's shoulder. The older brother tells the younger brother that someone is sitting on his shoulder. The younger brother, without thinking, accidentally crushed his older brother with his hand. How did this happen? I just wanted power, the younger brother says in a rage. The younger brother grabs Saitama and throws him into one of the buildings, destroying it. The younger brother monster jumps on Saitama and begins to deliver multiple blows. There is a huge explosion of smoke and a huge hole is formed in the ground. The younger brother monster stands near this hole and looks at the remains of his brother on his hand. The younger brother thinks that there is emptiness in his soul, and then Saitama jumps out of the pit. Saitama punches him in the face, saying that having immense power is very boring. After defeating the huge monster, Saitama returns home reflecting on life. Saitama thinks that there is no less evil in the world, even though he has become a superhero. Saitama is worried that he feels almost no emotions, be it joy or fear. Having gained power, he may have lost his humanity. Suddenly, another monster, Supercar YO649ZMK2 appears in front of Saitama. He was once a human, but he loved tinkering with machines so much that he became one of them. Without thinking twice, Saitama delivers another single blow and dispatches the monster. Later, Saitama returns home and begins to wash his superhero uniform. Saitama takes a bath and thinks that he just needs to do his job. After Saitama had dinner and went to bed, morning came. There is a noise and a huge hand breaks through the wall and tries to grab Saitama. Saitama flies out into the street and is surprised by the sight, after which he is attacked by the monster again. Saitama is surprised by the monster's strength and asks who he is. We are the real inhabitants of planet Earth, you can call us undergrounders. Our numbers increased and we decided to go to the surface. But there are also quite a lot of you, which means that you are interfering with us with your existence. We've already destroyed 70% of the people, it's just a fight for survival, says the monster. Saitama teases the monster by saying the word undergrounders. The monster immediately attacks him. Saitama strikes the monster back and tears it into tiny pieces. Another monster immediately attacks Saitama and a fight ensues between them. A huge explosion occurs and the underground people notice that Saitama is quite strong. I'm just an ordinary hero, I won't lose and I'll protect the surface, Saitama says. Two big words for a parasitic race, replies one of the undergrounders. The battle between Saitama and the underground monsters continues. Saitama begins to feel the pleasure of fighting again. I forgot how good a real fight is, Saitama thinks. The fire in Saitama's chest is reignited and he stands after the battle in the rain. Saitama is glad that his feelings have returned and then the underground's father appears. Saitama is also happy about his arrival and without thinking twice immediately engages in battle with him. But in reality it was just a dream and Saitama smashes the alarm clock with his fist. Saitama hears some noise again and goes out onto the balcony to see what's going on. Saitama puts on the suit, jumps off the balcony, and kicks the monster. The remaining monsters became frightened and surrendered, showing the white flag. I've become too strong, Saitama thinks. Afterwards we see the cyborg Genos, who apparently dealt with the cows and heads into the city.